Hey, welcome to season 5, episode 1, and a huge happy new year to you. I am so excited to be kicking off this season with a bit of a story around what it actually looked like when I stopped social media. And when I say stopped, I really truly mean stopped posting on social media, closed my Facebook group, just stopped. Like, I literally don't do anything on social media. I don't have anything actively posting. There might be some automations when it comes to my blog content, which just gets shared to like my LinkedIn page and my Facebook page, but that's it. I literally have nothing else. My Instagram profile is static, as in it's got a static grid. If someone lands there, they can see that I have a presence, but I quite intentionally actually say, hey, if you actually want to come and hang with me, join my email list because that's where I'm hanging out. But I know the thing that you might be wondering or thinking, particularly if you're like me and you actually want to ditch social media. You might be thinking, okay, I want to get off social media, but what do I do instead? And can I truly make money without social media? Well, I'm definitely here to tell you that that's 100% true. I have not been actively doing anything on social media for over 4 years now, and I'm still making money. Honestly, it's not so much about the need to post all the time. I think that's the thing that we get kind of caught up in. It's more about understanding what it looks like to be visible to your audience. And that is really going to largely depend on the offers that you have, what feels aligned for you, and kind of your own audience. So it does mean that you need to understand a few different components about your audience. Now, as I'm sharing all of this, I'm sure you're sitting there going, but Lise, I'm on social media, and you're sitting here telling me that you're not on social media, but that's kind of where I'm hanging out. But I want you to understand that doing things in alignment, because that's really what we're talking about here, doesn't mean that you stop one thing and then you don't do anything else, right? When I got off social media, when I kind of stopped doing all of that, it wasn't that I stopped one day and then did nothing the next. I planned, right? I knew that if I was going to intentionally step off social media, then I needed to have a plan in place of what my visibility and discoverability was actually going to look like moving forward. So grab your pen and paper because, as you know, we are always action orientated on these podcast episodes. We're not here to just listen to me tell you a whole bunch of stuff. You're actually going to do some things. So the first step is to just literally ask yourself this question: do I want to be actively on social media? And when I say actively on social media, I mean, do you love posting reels? Do you want to be sharing stuff on social media? Is that kind of your jam? Do you enjoy being on there? And that's the first step. If your answer is no, then you're going to move forward with what I'm going to talk to you about now. But if your answer is yes, then you can probably stop listening to this episode right now because social media is totally your jam and you're absolutely fine. However, I will say this: social media can be a good option as long as you are building an asset that you own. And I know that you've heard this before, but I'm going to say it again. You don't own the audience on social media. The social media platform does. So unless you're prepared to pay every time you want to launch an offer, right? You want to run paid ads, and that looks like a 2 to 3 week lead up to a launch, running ads before that, and then running ads after. Then you are going to need to be really hustling and posting quite a bit if you're just going after organic. I would recommend, regardless of which answer you fall into, that you're going to build an email list because that is an asset that you own. Or you can build a community on a private platform like Circle, like Heartbeat, like Discord, like School, whatever that kind of looks like. But it's very much about answering that question first. So let's assume you're on the same bandwagon as I am and you don't want to be active on social media. Now, it doesn't mean that you remove your entire presence from there. You want to make sure that your business has a presence on those platforms and whatever those are for you. So I've been very intentional. I've really just kept my Facebook page and my Instagram. I have a LinkedIn profile, but meh, I don't really do anything with it. I don't even go on LinkedIn. It's more of a corporate space and it's just not my jam. But I do have my blog content and my YouTube channel being posted automatically to LinkedIn, to my Facebook page, but not to Instagram because Instagram is fully static. You might have more than that, and that's absolutely fine. I purposely don't have TikTok. It's the one platform that I never ever downloaded or accessed or anything like that. And I don't really hang out on social media. The only social media that I really actively have is a private Instagram account, and that is just for my close friends and family where I can share the travel stuff that I'm doing, and that's it. And even then, they're probably lucky if I post once a week because I just don't hang out on social media. It's just kind of not my jam. And sometimes we go through seasons too, and I recognize that, right? Up until 2022, I was all in on social media and I really enjoyed it. And I really loved doing video content. I loved going live and all of those things. But then I stepped into a different season and things just didn't feel great for that. So I want you to know that it's absolutely possible to ditch social media and continue to make money, but you're just not going to do it overnight. You need to have a plan. So we've agreed that we're ditching social media. The next step is to create an asset that is going to build that audience that you actually own. So for me, that is my email list. And second to that is my Heartbeat community. But my Heartbeat community is paid. There is no free access in there unless someone gets access to one of my trainings as part of a bundle or summit. But it's a paid community. You can't get in there unless you've been invited to do so. So the majority of my content that I create is for my email audience. And the majority of the content that I actually write for my email does not go outside of that, right? It's not being produced on a podcast, it's not going to my blog, and it's not going to YouTube. It is staying within my email list. And I truly believe that is the reason why last year I was able to make the income that I was able to make because everything came through my email, because that's all I focused on. And it's true what they say, what you focus on brings you the results. That's it. So it's very much about choosing an asset that is going to bring in the right audience for you. Now, that could be a tool, and certainly if you are using AI, that would be something that would probably work for most of you. But really think about it from your audience's perspective. What is something that they would love to hand over their email address for to get access to? And that's the thing that you create. And then thirdly, you do need a visibility platform, and that is going to be either a podcast, a YouTube channel, or a blog. And that's really all that you need to worry about. What visibility platform are you going to use? Now, depending on the platform, depends on how often you might be posting or recording or whatever you want to call it. It's really up to you though at that point. But then that's where discoverability comes into play, and you really need to zone and hone your search engine optimization and your AI SEO, because now a lot of people are using AI to find and search things. So those are kind of your three questions that you're kind of really asking yourself and answering and then creating. And then once you've decided on your visibility platform, and you've decided what your discoverability components are going to be, then you just make sure that you're optimizing that content to point to your freebies. And then, because it's a personal fave of mine, you're absolutely going to participate in as many collaborations as you possibly can, because visibility can be a little bit of a longer play when you're not using social media, but you can replace that with collaborations. And that's where you can participate in bundles and summits and giveaways, podcast interviews, that type of thing. They work extremely well. Now, if you want to learn more about what it really looks like to have a daily cash flow ecosystem that doesn't involve social media, then you can go and check out the link in the description to grab the private podcast on the daily cash flow ecosystem. And it's going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to kind of go through what we've just talked about. So go and check that out, and I will see you in the next episode.